Some celebrities stay calm under pressure, others go off like a grenade when provoked. And when reporters push it too far, they often end up regretting it. In one interview, a reporter challenged Tarantino's creative choices, suggesting that his films didn't treat men and women equally.
Quentin, you have put Margot Robbie, a very talented actor, in your film. She was in with Leonardo in Wolf of Wall Street, I, Tonya. This is a person with a great deal of acting talent, and yet you haven't really given her many lines in the movie. And I wondered, I guess that was a deliberate choice on your part, and I just wanted to know why that was, that we don't hear her actually speaking very much. And Margot, I wanted you to also comment about being in the film in this part.
Well, I just reject your hypotheses.
The idea that a filmmaker should tailor every story to a gender balance is just plain flawed, and Tarantino emphasized that again in a talk with Bill Maher.
If somebody brings up something that actually is legitimate, I'll even have a conversation with them about it, because I'm actually into interesting thought, and I don't have to even agree with you. Oh, but that's an interesting point.
Right.
That's an interesting point.
He even pointed out how modern Hollywood has shifted away from storytelling.
Ideology is more important than art.
Way more, certainly to the awards.
Yeah. And it's just, it's like, ideology
Right.
trumps art.
Ideology
Ideology trumps individual effort. Ideology trumps good. Ideology trumps entertaining.
When another reporter tried to accuse his movies of making kids violent, Tarantino pushed back. He calmly argued that the film actually shows strength, especially through Uma Thurman's character.
Cool parents, really. Quentin, would you say this movie teaches girls to be empowered by being violent and vicious, just like boys in the movie? Would you say that's the empowerment?
It empowers women, but it empowers girls by the fact that Uma Thurman is a female warrior. She's a female avenger.
Right.
These girls just kick ass. They're warriors. They live by a code of honor, and they die by that code of honor too.
But when she kept pressing the issue, that's when he lost all patience and went off.
Why the need for so much gruesome, graphic violence? Why not let us imagine
Because
a little
it's so
of it?
much fun, Jan.
Really?
Get it?
Oh, really? Okay, I'd like to see you walk down the street and get attacked by some kids who've just seen your movie.
But see, Jan, you're all messed up because you're talking about real life.
Oh,
and I'm
I see.
talking
And kids
about
at
the
12,
movies. You got to
kids
get
at
it
12.
straight. Now, if you want to talk about the movies, we'll talk about the movies.
Okay, and
If you
kids
want to
at
talk about
12
real
can
life,
tell
we'll
the
talk about real life.
difference.
And yes, kids go to a movie theater, they can tell the difference. Maybe you couldn't when you were a kid, but I could.
Okay, honey.
Now, where Tarantino is confrontational, Bill Burr is tactical. When questioned about women in comedy, he just toyed with the idea, using nothing but raw logic and sarcasm.
Can women be funny?
Yeah, of course.
Some people have a hard time saying yes, though. There's a lot of angry young men on the internet that are like, women can't be funny.
Will you guys just grow up and just sit down and write your own horse and come up with it? Start your own show, have your own award show. Quit waiting around for other people to do for you. That's the problem. If you guys had your own big club and I was standing outside of it, you'd never let me in. I'd start my own. You guys got to start your own. You got brains in there, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So write your own and quit your whining. We're all eating a giant sandwich out here. Nobody cares. I don't care.
He put it bluntly, instead of waiting to be handed something, just be undeniably good. That's what makes people pay attention.
It makes no difference whether you got a dick or a all right? Just do what the you want to do and hopefully people respond to it. But this horse quotas and all of this crap become undeniable. Well, when was the last time you went on stage and you killed so hard the person after you bombed? If you're doing that on a regular basis, people are going to notice regardless of what you have between your legs.
Denzel Washington doesn't need to raise his voice. He lets logic do the heavy lifting. While promoting Fences, a reporter asked him about his political views. He quickly shut it down without breaking a sweat.
Somebody who, had he not faced the racial discrimination, he could have been a great athlete, a star. But because of that, he ended up a garbage collector. Was it caused by racial discrimination? And is that the effect of racial discrimination on people?
Here's the thing you got to remember. When you talk about racial and you talk about discrimination, what if he just wasn't good enough? See, it's so easy to just say, oh, it's because of this. It's because of racism. Oh, I didn't get the job because of that. Maybe you weren't good enough. Maybe, like his wife says, you were just too old. She says, why don't you just admit it? You were too old. He's the one that's hung up on, you know.
Later, another reporter brought up how the media had twisted narratives about him online. Denzel flipped the script and delivered a masterclass on accountability in journalism.
You were the subject of a fake news story.
Oh yeah, what'd they say? I was running for president? No, I voted. No, what'd they say?
You switched your support.
I switched
from
yeah.
What do you make of all the fake news and it affects
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
So what do you do?
That's a great question. What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to tell the truth. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it, sell it.
And when yet another tried dragging him into a race-related debate, Denzel stayed composed and handled it with the same quiet authority.
Go ahead now. Fences.
How about this? I don't know if you saw it. There's a fake news story going around. It got thousands of shares online. You saw that. And I just thought you might want to clear it up because people are confused.
There's a few words that start with F and end with K, but that one ends with E, but it starts with F.
Yeah, but just too vague. You got to be specific right now.
Ronda Rousey went on stage to talk about her next fight, not social issues. But when a reporter brought up the gender pay gap, she didn't miss a beat and shut it down instantly.
We've got quite a large pay dispute happening with our Australian women's soccer team at the moment. Is it frustrating for you as someone who's so prominent in your sport? And we heard you say on the Ellen show the other day you are the richest fighter in UFC, that sort of thing is still going on?
I think that how much you get paid should have something to do with how much money you bring in. I'm the highest paid fighter, not because Dina and Lorenzo wanted to do something nice for the ladies. They do it because I bring in the highest numbers. They do it because I make them the most money. And I think that the money that they make should be proportionate to the money that they bring in.
Morgan Freeman's approach is all class. When asked about Black History Month, he challenged the very premise and questioned why any month should be singled out.
Black History Month you find ridiculous. Why? You're going to relegate my history to a month? Oh, come on. What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? No, come on, tell me. Well, I'm Jewish. Okay, which month is Jewish History Month? There isn't one. Oh, why not? Yeah. Do you want one? No. I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history. How are we going to get rid of racism? Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man. Yeah. And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
In another interview with Don Lemon, Freeman was pushed again on race and societal topics. But when Lemon said he was tired of hearing about it, Freeman simply told him to stop bringing it up.
Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't or
Today?
cannot? Yeah.
No.
You don't?
No, I don't. Hey, you and I, we're proof. Why would race have anything to do with it? Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that. It's kind of like religion to me. It's a good excuse for not getting there.
It seems like every single day on television I'm talking about race, and it's because of the news cycle. It's in the news, but sometimes I get so tired of talking about it. I want to just go, this is over. Can we move on?
And if you talk about it, it exists.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like it exists and we refuse to talk about it.
Kanye West is infamous for his unfiltered opinions. When asked why he doesn't hold back, even if it causes backlash, his answer was exactly what you'd expect: raw and unapologetic.
Are you afraid of losing your audience? Yay.
I told you I'm only afraid of God. I'm only afraid of my daddy, God. I done been 15 years. I'm telling you, God is showing that you can have your own thoughts, bro. I've been canceled before there was cancel culture. Who told you that my career would be over? The same people that are telling you that you can't have a right to say who you will vote for, those people will be soon to take Jesus out to school.
These days, celebrities often speak up about social issues online, but some reporters try to weaponize that by asking them to repeat it on camera, then trap them with follow-up questions. The smartest move? Say nothing.
Tell us about your reaction to Luigi Mangione. I was reading up, that perhaps you've been supportive of what he did. What is your take on that?
If you were reading up, I don't think you read up on it. Because I said what I felt about it, and I said what a lot of people said.
Some people took it that way. So could you clarify what you think?
No, I'm not going to just have some controversial moment so you can get clicks. I'm not doing that. I'm here for Conan. I'm not doing all of this. What are you going to bring up next? The Middle East? I went to summer school 3 out of 4 years in high school. I'm not qualified to talk about this.
Unfortunately for Bill, the next reporter tried just that, digging for controversy and sound bites.
You said about Elon that he was ruining Earth, I saw on The View. You're critical of him. What do you think of all the boycotts, like even the violence
I don't watch the
going on
news.
in Tesla?
I don't watch the news. I have no idea what's going on. I watch Instagram. I watch people wipe out on motorcycles. I watch lions and hyenas fight each other. This is the things that I do. And I don't think you should be asking a comedian. You're a journalist.
Comedians are on top of current events.
No. That's weak. That's you guys passing the buck. You guys need to have balls again, which you don't. You guys always goes, should we be thinking this? Duh. You guys present stuff like that. You guys used to have balls. You need to get your balls back.
And I thought, no, guys.
You want a piece of me?
No, you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it.
So, which reporter do you think crossed the line and who clapped back the best? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next one.